Hi, my name is Keith Miles. I'm a change management expert. We're going to continue our leadership framework series while you're reinventing. It has 3 essentials to help you as we're reinventing organizations. Empathize, engage, and evaluate. That's where we are today. Evaluate. Hang with me for 4 minutes. You'll see some great information to guard your areas and distinguish you as a leader. So evaluate. What do I mean? Well, evaluate is, we're in this reinvention, we're reviewing every area of our organizations right now. Every CFO is doing that. We talked about the 3 areas of safety last week: physical, emotional, and economic. People are worried about their job. And to safeguard the organization, the CFO is looking at every area and saying, what can we pare down? What can we do better? So, because we want to be productive and lean as we're going into this new economy. And you need to anticipate that and adjust, because that's a sign of great leadership. So that's how do we do that? So evaluate. Realize that most organizations deliver value through a process. So usually it's steps, whether that's agile software development from definition, UI, UAT, and release, whether it's a customer service process where order entry right through to shipping invoices. Maybe it's a procurement process, PO right through to payment. Every organization typically uses multiple steps to deliver outcomes. So what you want to do is map those out. Next, we're going to test assumptions. So what do I mean? So who is at each step? Do they know what they're doing? Are they trained? Can we cross-train? Can we back them up? What are they doing? Is there a standard that they hold to? Do they know exactly what to do at each step? The information needed at each step we'll talk about in a second. But next, we're talking about when. Do we have to do them all in sequence? Can we do them in parallel? Can we shrink the cycle time, improve outcomes? Next, we're going to talk about where. Now, we've already faced a lot of these not remote decisions in this lockdown, but cover those anyways. Because what you want to do is make these improvements and lock down the process. Now you're ready to audit the information along that process. This is unbelievably powerful. And it sounds simple, but it's extremely powerful. One, you're going to gate the process. So at each step in the process, consider that like a gate you would go through. And each step needs to define what they need what required information they need to do their job perfectly the first time without any assumption, perfect clarity. So if they define what that is, what you need to do is modify the upstream process steps so that they deliver that information when they need it. So deliver what they need and when they need it. And then finally, each area signs off that, yes, this is exactly what we need. We're getting what we need now. And that's a very respectful thing for each process step, each step in the process. So what you want to do is do that, and then here's what happens. I did this, it has outstanding benefits. I did this for a small telecommunications and networking company. They were doing fairly sophisticated installs, but they were installing it right the 5th time. They were losing money. People were frustrated. They were angry with each other. And what happened is we did this evaluate step just as I described. Well, frustration went, step frustration went down to nothing. Morale went up. It was fun to work there because most times people had what they needed to do the job right the first time. The sales order entry went from 1.5 pages of vague information to 4 pages of checklists, very specific, precise information, but all the information they needed to do their job perfectly the first time was collected up front. First time in the company's history. Okay? Customer service outcomes went through the roof because every install was perfect and people were getting great reviews. The financial aspect was also valuable. They went from losing money before I got there to in 3 or 4 years, they were bought out by a multinational. They were making so much profit. So you may be a nonprofit, doesn't matter, but the outcomes are fun to deal with. So the great morale, great benefits as a result of doing this evaluate. So that's what I'm talking about for our evaluate. Next video, we're going to summarize the whole thing. We're going to do a little, put a bow on it and give you some takeaways for that. So if you're looking for the video link and the PDF, smgknowledge.com/reinvent. Hey, thanks for spending these 4 minutes with me.